Translation. If Alexander had won in India, what would have happened? This is one of the most intriguing questions in ancient history. Alexander the Great did defeat King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes, Jhelum River, in 326 BCE, but it was a hard-fought victory. His army then mutinied, refusing to march further into the Indian subcontinent, forcing Alexander to turn back. So, the question really is, what if Alexander's army had not mutinied and he had continued his campaign into the heart of India? Historians believe several things could have happened. 1. A costly and difficult campaign. Even if he had pressed on, Alexander would not have found easy victories. Powerful empires. He would have soon encountered the mighty Nanda Empire of the Magadha region, in modern-day Bihar and Bengal. Historical accounts suggest the Nanda army was vastly larger than Alexander's, with thousands of war elephants, chariots, and soldiers. A direct confrontation would have been extremely risky. War weariness. His army was already exhausted, homesick, and terrified of facing more war elephants. A campaign against the Nandas could have led to a massive defeat or a Pyrrhic victory that would have destroyed his army. 2. A blending of cultures, Hellenistic India. This is the most likely and significant outcome. Alexander was not just a conqueror, he was a cultural exporter. He founded cities, many named Alexandria, everywhere he went. New cities. He would have established Greek settlements and military colonies in the Ganges plains. These would have become centers of Greek culture, language, art, and philosophy. Cultural fusion. Just as his conquests led to a Greco-Persian culture, we would have seen a Greco-Indian or Hellenistic Indian culture emerge. This could have meant art and architecture. Greek artistic styles influencing early Indian temple and sculpture design, like Mathura or Gandhara art, which did happen in the northwest, but on a much larger scale. Philosophy and science. Exchange between Greek philosophers, Aristotelian ideas, and Indian schools of thought like Buddhism, Jainism, and Hinduism. Greek astronomical and mathematical knowledge could have mingled with Indian advances. Government. Hellenistic models of administration and city planning might have been integrated with existing Indian systems. 3. Impact on Indian history. The Mauryan Empire might not have risen. Chandragupta Maurya, who founded the Mauryan Empire shortly after Alexander's departure, was likely inspired by the Greek invasion. He saw the vulnerability of the smaller Indian kingdoms. If Alexander had stayed and consolidated power, Chandragupta's opportunity might never have arisen. The entire course of Indian history, including the reign of Ashoka the Great, could have been altered or delayed. A different religious landscape, a stronger and earlier Greek presence, might have influenced the development and spread of religions. For example, a Greco-Buddhist syncretism could have become even more prominent. 4. A fragile and short-lived empire. Even if Alexander conquered deep into India, holding it would have been another matter. Vast distance. The empire would have been impossibly large, stretching from Greece to Bengal. Communication and control would have been a nightmare. Early death. Alexander died in Babylon in 323 BCE, just 2 years after leaving India. Even if he had conquered more, his premature death would likely have led to the same fragmentation of his empire. His generals, the Diadochi, would have fought over the Indian territories, and they likely would have lost control to local rulers like Chandragupta Maurya anyway. In summary, if Alexander had won in India, meaning conquered further, the most lasting impact would have been a deeper and earlier fusion of Greek and Indian cultures. However, his overall empire would likely still have collapsed after his death, and the direct political control would have been short-lived.